opinions of certain public people. I'm gonna be doing some triggers. Okay, so basically, the first person I want to talk about is Justin Waller. Hold on, it's not. Oh, okay. He is a friend of Andrew Tate's, Tristan Tate's. He is a American. He's successful. He owns a construction company, and Justin Waller came from a family that was less fortunate, but they weren't like homeless, and they lived in a caravan, I think, or they lived on like a farm, somewhere like that. And he loved having boots. He was always exploring, and now he always brings a pair of boots around with him, which I think is pretty cool, pretty honourable. People have negative opinions on him, but I think he's a good person. The next person, Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate has good intentions, and he spreads them with his ability to he spreads the message with his ability to spark controversy, and I think that's why he becomes so successful, because he has the ability to manipulate the social media platforms in such a way that he can blow up. So he made a good point. Instead of him saying that women can't drive, he'll say something like, women have lower reaction speeds by human nature, therefore they would be less appropriate to be comparable to men. And he would phrase that as, women are worse drivers. Now this makes Andrew Tate he's very, very smart, but on a different note, he's actually a really good person. I think this because if we look at all the evidence that's been provided against him, none of it's been able to put him behind bars for like an actual sentence. He's been held in prison, but they released him because of what evidence they have against him. I think it's unfair that they try to bribe his exes into giving some sort of lead into a case. That's unfair in my opinion. But apart from that, I think he's a good person. I think unfortunately he is hated by a lot of people for the wrong reasons, and I think it's a bit like the fact that people are too close-minded to understand what he's saying and listen to him. And I think that's why he gets a lot of hate, because people don't actually understand what he's trying to say. Tristan Tate's a really good person. I'm not going to talk too much about him. Same with Andrew Tate. I think they're both good people. Obviously, they made it very successful. Now, another person I want to talk about is, let's take someone random. Okay, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Is that pretty viral? I don't really listen to music that much. And I have listened to their diss tracks. Kendrick Lamar, I think, is better like vocally, lyrically, but his voice is, I don't know, his voice is annoying a little bit, I can't lie. I think when you listen to Kendrick Lamar and you hear his voice, it's a bit like, I don't know, it's too much in your earlobe. I don't like it. But with Drake, I think Drake's got a better voice but worse lyrics. This is pure yap, by the way. I literally don't know what I'm saying right now. I also can't see right now, so if this isn't even in the frame, I don't even know. I mean, I could literally do it. I could freestyle for 5 minutes, pure yap. Literally. I walked into the shops, yeah, and I had no trolley, so I started lifting up the foundations for the cement, but the bricklayers came in, and they started using a cherry picker to get JD Gymwear to discount themselves. And I was saying to him, please don't take my phone, sir, I don't want to get isolation. But then he went, no, I can't give you this job because you haven't done an interview yet. But then I Zoom called him at home, and I slept with his wife, and we woke up at the sleepover with Ben and Jerry, and then we started watching Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. Meanwhile, Goku flies in, David Goggins is doing pull-ups on Goku's back, and we're all there like, no way, that's crazy. So anyway, as he walked out the shop, we got this fragrance that was really just toothpaste and toothbrush, and we were all like, no, not the toothbrush. And then the fish came in, the fish was like, I can't hear you, I can't hear you, I can't hear you. And he had AirPods seconds gen in this year, and then he had a Raycon Blue E25 in this year, and we were saying, can you hear us? And he went, he did sign language, he started yapping, he went like this. So then I said, well, what do you mean? And he went, no, and he drove off in his red Ford Transit. At the same time, Jeremy Clarkson pulls up, yeah, in a Renault Twingo, and he goes, guys, I like the B58 engine in this. It goes vroom vroom, and I went, no. As he's revving it, yeah, you will not believe who comes around the corner. Liam Neeson and Christopher Nolan. And I was like, how is Liam Neeson and Christopher Nolan on the same floor as me? Turns out I woke up in a high-rise apartment and I was bugging so hard, the whole building did a reverse and drove out of the T-junction straight into Tilted Towers. Meanwhile, Kyle Crane from Dying Light 1 was running as a volatile, beating his meat to Liam Neeson again, while Raheem flies over and the Superman comes in with Thor and he says, you're not worthy, mate. As he's saying that, Thor comes in with a hammer, literally does not do anything but opens a packet of Worcester sauce Walker's Crisp. Everyone's very confused. They're like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing either. And he sat there going, you're not worthy to say his name. No, you're wrong. You're wrong because if we think about it, how do we know that gravity isn't just a force by God? How can the explanation of gravity make sense? Think about it. If gravity is on the fabric of the universe, what is holding up that fabric and what is it made of? I mean, why does the universe have a weight limit? Exactly, that's what I was saying. But then he started coming in with his homework and I was like, no, what are you doing? And he said, can I have a comb over, please? So we gave him the keys to his Aston Martin M240i and he starts driving off and I'm going, no. Meanwhile, the cat comes in and he goes, everyone starts crying. Everyone starts crying. The world calls on the D-Day, but then the veterans come in with the knives and they start singing KSI's diss tracks from 2017, and they're like, "You thought I forgot about you, little boy." As this is happening, Vic starts pressing the emergency button, and you'll never guess who comes out of the emergency button. Liam Neeson again. Everyone starts going, "No, Liam Neeson!" Anyway, I think I've overdosed on Yap, so I'm going to leave it there. And if I should make the rest of the videos with the VR headset on, I will. Go to sleep. And you don't have to subscribe, but I really would appreciate it.